find that the best journeys begin with curiosity. For me, Similipal in Odisha was one of those places I had always heard about but never truly understood until I set foot there. So, leaving behind the chaos of Mumbai, I boarded a flight with a sense of excitement and the hope of discovering something new, something different. After a short flight from Mumbai, I landed in Baripada, which is one of the main entry points of the Similipal Tiger Reserve. And this is where my adventure to the heart of Odisha's wilderness began. The first place I checked in to was Aranya Nivas, and honestly, this stay deserves a special mention. Aranya Nivas is run by Odisha Tourism and is located right at the doorstep of Similipal National Park. The property is designed in such a way that it blends completely with the forest around it. The rooms are simple yet very comfortable, with big windows that open out to greenery all around. What I loved most was the peaceful atmosphere here. You wake up to the sounds of birds instead of alarms, and at night, the silence is only broken by crickets and the occasional call from the jungle. Meals at Aranya Nivas are also worth experiencing. They serve authentic Odia food cooked with local ingredients, and it feels so wholesome after a long day out. For anyone planning to visit Similipal, I'd highly recommend basing yourself here because it gives you that perfect balance of comfort and closeness to nature. But staying here was just the beginning. To truly experience Similipal, I wanted to explore not just the forest, but also the people who have lived here for centuries. So, I headed to a nearby Santhal tribal village. The Santhals are one of the largest tribal communities in this region, and spending time with them was a very grounding experience. The houses in the village are made of mud walls and thatched roofs, beautifully painted with tribal motifs. When I arrived, the women of the village actually dressed me up in their traditional attire. It was such a warm gesture, and I immediately felt welcomed as one of them. Walking through the village, I got to see how life here is simple but very connected to nature. Children play in the open courtyards, families cook together, and everything moves at such a slower pace than city life. During the daytime, the entire community gathered for a traditional Santhal dance performance. With drums, flutes, and rhythmic claps, the atmosphere was electrifying. The dance isn't just entertainment, it's how they preserve their culture and celebrate their way of life. After that, I joined them for cooking. They use very minimal ingredients, mostly sourced from their farms or the forest. Millet, rice, and fresh vegetables are staples, and the way they prepare food on the wood fire gives it an earthy taste that you just don't get anywhere else. Sharing that meal with them was easily one of the most memorable parts of my trip. The next day it was time to explore the natural beauty of Similipal. The region is actually a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve and also one of India's largest tiger reserves. The biodiversity here is incredible. Elephants, leopards, deer, and hundreds of species of birds live in these forests. One of the highlights was visiting one of the stunning waterfalls inside Similipal. The forest trek itself was beautiful, and then suddenly you're greeted by this powerful cascade of water surrounded by thick green trees. It was raining with cool mist on my face, and it was the perfect way to soak in the energy of this jungle. Later in the evening, I drove to a dam near Similipal. The wide expanse of water with the hills in the background, it's especially beautiful during sunset. Watching the sky turn golden and reflect on the still water was a truly peaceful experience. After an eventful day, I returned to Aranya Nivas. The next morning, I woke up early and stepped out to the sound of birds. The air here is so fresh and mornings feel incredibly serene. Just sitting there sipping on some chai, listening to the forest slowly come alive was the perfect way to end my Similipal journey. What I realized is that Similipal isn't just about wildlife safaris. It's about experiencing nature, culture, and heritage all together. You can stay in a beautiful property like Aranya Nivas, spend time with tribal community like the Santhals, explore waterfalls, trek in the forest, and enjoy calm evenings by dams or lakes. Traveling here has reminded me that sometimes the richest journeys are not the ones filled with grand monuments or luxury, but the ones that are rooted in simplicity, culture, and nature. So if you're someone who craves a break from city noise, who wants to experience India beyond the usual, Similipal is where you'll find it. A jungle that isn't just wild but also soulful. A place that stays with you long after you've left. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos from around the world. See you in the next one.